Hello, hello second Sem, how are you all? So today I'm going to discuss Act 4, Scene 3. Now here the scene is in the Emperor's Palace at Innsbruck. Like on the stage we find Emperor Faustus and a knight with attendants. So what the Emperor says to Faustus out here? Actually here the Emperor he invites Dr. Faustus to show his magic skill. So Dr. Faustus, he goes there, he meets the Emperor, and the Emperor says to Faustus what it is. Let's see. So the Emperor says that, Master Dr. Faustus, I have heard strange reports of your skill in the art of magic. I am told that nobody throughout my empire or in the whole world, has the same skill in magic or can perform such marvelous magical deeds as you. People say that you have at your command a spirit through whom you can accomplish whatever you please. It is therefore my request that you let me witness some proof of your magic skill so that my eyes may actually see and thereby confirm what my ears have heard from people. And here I swear, by the honor of my imperial crown, that no matter what magic you perform, you will in no way be maligned or harmed. So the emperor is saying that I have heard lots of things about you, Faustus. I have heard with my own ears, but I want to see it right now with my own eyes. People have said lots of things about you, that you have magic skill. So you just give me a proof of it, that how skillful you are. And by the way, whatever magic you perform out here, you will not be harmed. That means it is according to your wish and will. Whatever you perform, I am going to watch. Now here in the middle, the knight interrupts in their conversation because the knight is a little bit jealous of Dr. Faustus's skill. So the knight says, speaking to himself, truly, this Faustus looks very much like a magician. So in one way, he is criticizing Faustus. Again, Faustus is saying now, my gracious king, though I must admit that I am much inferior to the image that you have formed of me on the basis of the reports of the people, and though my magic skill is not worthy of being honored by your imperial majesty, yet, because of the feeling of love and the sense of duty by which I am bound to you, I shall be happy to do whatsoever your majesty shall command me to do so. So he is honoring, the Faustus is honoring the emperor. He is saying that the thing which you have heard is not that what you have what you are thinking about, I am a little bit inferior about it. But according to my duty as you are an empire, I must show you whatever you want. So we want to fulfill the desire of the emperor. So the emperor says in a huge verse what are his desires. He says to Faustus, the emperor says that, then Dr. Faustus, listen carefully to what I have to say. At a certain moment, I was sitting alone in my private study. Miscellaneous thoughts aroused in my mind regarding the glory won by my ancestors. I recall how they have proved their valor by winning victories in battles, how they have acquired vast riches, and how they have brought so many countries under their sway. And I felt an apprehension that I, their descendant, or those who shall inherit this throne after me, will never achieve the same degree of widespread fame and great authority. So he's talking about his ancestors, about their name and fame which you have never seen. The emperor especially. Among those royal ancestors was Alexander the Great. So the emperor's royal ancestors was Alexander the Great. Now he says something about Alexander the Great. He was the chief glory of the highest achieved by mankind in this world. The bright light of its splendid deeds still illuminates the world with their luster, so that when I hear him barely mentioned by others, my heart is grieved because I never saw him with my own eyes. That means he never saw Alexander the Great, that is ancestors, with his own eyes. When people say, he gets a little bit hard and sad because he wanted to see his ancestor. I would like you, therefore, to use your skill in magic in order to raise the spirit of this man from the underground tombs where his famous conqueror lies in his grave. I would also like you to bring here, besides Alexander the Great, his beautiful mistress. That means he's talking about Alexander's mistress. Thais, especially. Thais, I would like to see them both in their original shape, making the same movements as they used to make when they were alive, and wearing the same clothes as they used to wear during their lifetime. If you can do so, you will not only satisfy my natural, that means a legitimate desire, but also give me a reason to praise you as long as I live. So Emperor is having a desire to see his ancestors, that is Alexander the Great and his mistress. So Faustus is saying that, my gracious lord, I am ready to accomplish your request to the extent to which I can accomplish it by my magic skill and by the power of my attendant spirit. So he agreed to bring Alexander the Great and his mistress before the emperor through his spirit. Now the knight is again mocking, he's interrupting in the middle of their conversation, He's saying, my gracious lord, I am ready to accomplish your request to the extent to which I can accomplish it by my magic skill and by the power of my attendant spirit. Now the knight is saying, again, indeed, it would be a small matter. You see, the knight is criticizing him to Faustus. Now Faustus is becoming very cool, Faustus is saying, but if it may please your majesty, it is not within my proper to present before your eyes the actual physical bodies of those two dead royal personage, because their physical bodies were reduced to the dust long ago. So when he said this, again the knight started to mock. The knight thought that the Dr. Faustus is just bluffing in front of the emperor. So the knight is saying, yes, by Virgin Mary, Master Dr. Faustus. Now I see a sign of honesty in you, because you are confessing the truth by saying that you cannot bring here Alexander and Thais in their original physical shapes. Now see how he's criticizing to Faustus, and Faustus is getting irritated by this, knight. So Faustus, he replies, he says that, but I shall present before your eyes such spirits as bear a lifelike resemblance to Alexander and his beloved Thais. This spirit will appear before your majesty in the shapes which Alexander and Thais had during their lifetime and in their most prosperous days. That is how they were. I am going to bring you the same. And I have no doubt that your imperial majesty will be sufficiently satisfied to see them. He's saying that I assure you that you will be very much satisfied by seeing those two physical bodies in front of you. Emperor, begin, master for doctor. Let me see them immediately. That means he's very much anxious to see his ancestors. So the knight again, do you hear, Master Doctor? That means, do you hear what the emperor had said? Come on, you bring their body in front of us. You have to bring Alexander and his mistress in the presence of the emperor. He is saying that. Faustus, what? If I do so, sir? So if I can bring, what is going to happen to you then? Knight, indeed. Your claim is just as true as it would be for me to say that Diana, the goddesses of hunting, had changed me into a stag. She's saying that let it be that the goddesses of Diana may change me into a stag. That means he's saying that it is impossible for Faustus to bring those two ancestral body out here. Faustus, no sir, it was Actinian. So he's giving some great references, who have been changed by Diana into a stag. However, when Actinian died, he left his horns for you. So he's turning to Mephistopheles, who is inevitably Mephistopheles go away. So indirectly he is threatening, Faustus is threatening to the knight. So Mephistopheles comes in the meantime, Mephistopheles comes and again he goes away. Knight, nay, if you have started your magic tricks, I will not stay here. So he's saying that, okay, if you do a magic skill, I'm not going to stay here, I'm going to go away from here. The Faustus is saying, I shall deal with you soon for interrupting me in this matter. Okay, you can leave now, but after I complete my magic skill, I'm going to call you here. Addressing the emperor, he's addressing the emperor. Here are Alexander and Thais, my gracious lord. So in the meantime, he brings the Alexander and his mistress in front of the emperor. Now here the re-enter Mephistopheles with the spirits with the shape of Alexander and Alexander's mistress Thais. Now, emperor, master doctor, I have heard that this lady during her lifetime had a one or mole on her neck. Now emperor is also very clever. The emperor wanted to know whether that this lady, that means the Thais, is really original or not. So he's saying to Faustus that during her lifetime she was having a mole, is a black mark, a mole on her neck. How am I to know whether it is a fact or not? So he wanted to get proof that whether this lady, particular lady, is having that mole or not. Faustus, your majesty may, without fear, get up and see for yourself if this is not, if this is so or not. So it's yes, you can come forward and look, okay, on her neck whether she is having the mole or not. Emperor, surely there are no these are not spirits, but the actual physical bodies of those two dead persons, Alexander and Theas. So the emperor was totally shocked that it was actually like a real body in front of him. Faustus, will it please your majesty now to summon the king, summon the knight who was too sarcastic in talking to me here a little while ago? So will you please call the knight who was criticizing me just a few minutes before? Emperor, to the attendants, he said, one of you go and call the knight here. So he says that one of you go and call the knight here. So the re-entered knight with a pair of horns on his head. So it seems that already Faustus has given a punishment to the knight. He comes there with a horn on his, a pair of horn on his head. Now he comes and shouting, how now, son, knight, feel on thy head? How you are feeling with your horns on your head? Knight, he gets irritated. He's saying that, thou damned wretch. So he's saying that, you damned rogue and abominable dog. So he is using some slang languages to Faustus. You who brought up in the hollow of some hideous rock, how dare you ill-treat a gentleman like me? Why are you ill-treating me like this? So he's saying to Faustus, villain, I say, under the magic trick by which you have made these horns appear on my head. Okay, so he is getting irritated because Faustus has already put two horns on his head. That was the punishment. Now Faustus, oh, not a quickly, sir. There is no need of such hurry. Don't worry, I am going to make you all right. But why you are disturbing me here in the middle? I think I have punished you suitably for your mischievousness. So this is your great punishment. So the emperor requests Faustus to remove the horns from the head of the knight. So, good master doctor, please remove the horns from his head at my request. The knight has undergone enough punishment. So already he got a huge punishment. So you better remove the horns from his head. Now Faustus is saying, my gracious lord, I have fittingly punished the unjust knight, but I have not done it so much to punish him for the insult he offered me here in your presence as to amuse you with some fun. My only wish was to entertain you, and therefore I am now happy to remove the horns from his head. And Sir Knight, from now on, do not speak disrespectfully. So he is giving a punishment of threatening that do not speak to a person disrespectfully about scholars, because he is saying that he is a scholar. Mephistopheles, change him into his proper shape immediately. So he requests Mephistopheles to bring the knight into a proper shape, and Mephistopheles performs his duty. Now, my good lord, having done my duty, I humbly take my leave. So for Dr. Faustus is asking leave from the emperor. Then the Faustus says, farewell, master doctor. The emperor says that, farewell, master doctor. Yet before you leave my palace, before you leave this palace of mine, you may expect a generous reward from me. So you expect a generous reward from me. Okay, I got to give you a gift which is very much essential for your great effort that you have done here. Okay, so thank you. This was all about Act 4, Scene 3. Next day I am going to discuss about Act 4, Scene 4. Stay fine, stay happy, stay at home. Thank you.